Welcome to SGL Spiritual Guiding Light. So let me tell you what's going to happen. I am going to do all 12 zodiacs. I hope that there is no delay in the reception. So I'm going to try to go as slow as possible. I will be working on getting my service corrected because the bill is paid and we shouldn't have any interruptions. Okay. One thing I did find out though is they're charging me for equipment that I already paid for. I've had for 5 years now, and it was paid off in the first year. So I got to get that resolved. So if there's a delay, it's either because it's a YouTube situation or it's on my end. I'm unable to know which one it is. So I will work on resolving the connection issue if it's on my end. So we will be doing all zodiac signs like I promised and pertaining to messages for self. The previous all zodiac signs had to do with you and your person, if you have one. So let's go ahead and get started. Aries, I'm going to start with you at 4. Let me get situated. At 4 minutes, I will start with you. I'm going to pull your spread, and then we'll go from there. So Aries, we're going to start yours. I'll start it at 3. All right. What message do you have for my Aries fire sign regarding self? What messages do you have for Aries? Goodness gracious. All right. All right, you have not the right time. Let me finish your spread, Aries, just to let you know. I need to see your spread, but you have not the right time, and it's in upright. So if you had a set intentions in pertaining to your thoughts, hopefully that answered your question. If you had one, thank you. You have sacrifice here. You're confused, Aries. You already know what you need to. Just one moment, Aries. Okay. You need to heal, Aries. I was getting ready to tell you what I was going to tell you, but I was told no. Stop. You already know what you need to do. You've already made a decision. Now, when it comes to a sacrifice, it's not a sacrifice where someone's passing away or there's some animal sacrifice or something. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with, you know how when someone says you're blessed, Aries, right? It's basically saying, some people don't realize what they're saying, okay? It basically means that you are stronger, you're strong, you have strength, and despite of your daily sacrifices, you pull through. You're a strong individual. When someone says you're blessed, most people think material things. Blessed means I am willing to go through the sacrifice, meaning you're willing to sacrifice self or something in the pertain of gain. But it's when people go, oh, you're blessed and highly favored, they're talking about attachment to material things. But in reality, when someone says you're blessed, it just means you have strength beyond your measures, Aries. Now, in regards to summoning a prayer, right, to get more understanding and clarity, now is not the time to seek what it is that you already know the answer to. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of like you are second guessing your intuition, or there is a realization of a truth and you're just refusing to accept it. You're also being asked to open up a little more, Aries, if you can. You're not required to, but if you open up a little more, you won't be questioning. Confusion is not of God. You will have a more understanding if you were to open up just a little more. And that's the sacrifice, you opening up. What else for Aries? I don't know if they're dark angels or angels of light, but there's a regret here. So there's a possibility that Aries that you don't open, if you're going to regret. What's at the bottom? Yeah, you have worry here. Aries, are you wanting someone to do something for you that you can do yourself? It's something that you want to go your way, Aries. And there's something that you already know and you're trying to convince yourself. It's kind of like, let's say your guide, because I'm talking to Aries where you are a seer, you can see. And you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like your guide said, no, Aries. And you are trying to tiptoe around the no. And it feels like in the past, your guides have told you no, and you took the sacrifice, and it's kind of like it put you in a position where you're like, yeah, and what? See what I mean? It's like Aries, and you're not a rebel. I don't know, dark warlock, or let me stop because I'm still learning, Aries. I don't know what you practice, but now is not the time to be prideful because the Most High allowed that to happen. So you got to be mindful. Don't think you're better than your guides because they can see what you can't see, even though you are a seer. Okay. So it's kind of like if you don't follow the rules, Aries, there is going to be regret. And what's being asked of you to change is to open up. And you may not want to. But whatever it is you're worried about, until you open up, that won't be resolved. Okay. Let me give your overall direction message for Aries. Now, the overall direction message, Aries, is kind of like the outcome. All right. And some of you, Aries, may not like the outcome, but you could be in Cancer's energy. You may see the number 5 a lot. Yeah. Indecisive. What are you going to do? I just told you, Aries. Anywho, Aries, you have the Hangman. All right. It says the upright position of the Hangman indicate the sacrifice Others may not understand the need for the sacrifice, but you see things differently as you walk the path alone. And we talked about that, Aries, where, your guides told you no in the past and you took the sacrifice, and it's kind of like that boosted you. Aries, listen to your guides. This may be a time of indecision, but take time to breathe and internalize your choices before making any crucial decisions. You're being asked to open up. And when you start to open up, you're going to have a more. There's a halo of a no. Um, so this is more so of a pre-warning, not a pre-warning of danger, just a pre-warning of uh, um, to make the necessary changes at this time. Whatever it is that you're worried about, okay? Whatever it is you're confused about. All right, Aries, I love you. Who's next? Taurus. Taurus, we will start yours at 12. And I will put the timestamps when I conclude this session for all zodiac signs. Aries, if you do not understand, and then you need to, like I said, confusion is not of God. You need to remove yourself from whatever influence that is around you. So obviously, you need to step in your independence and making your own decisions. Okay. What message do you have for my Taurus, please? For Taurus, regarding self. But you know what, Taurus, we're on you. But just to let you know, Aries, good job. You are doing a good job. I like the fact that you have this incredible strength. But sometimes you got to listen to somebody. Okay. And I understand in the past you're a risk taker, and the way you do things, it normally works, but unfortunately it's not working this time. Okay. So nothing's against you. It's just you're being asked to uh, make a slight change. And that is, it's not always your way. Okay. Because you can't see what's ahead versus those who can see what's ahead, and they're trying to, prevent you from any, let's say that worry, to remove, trying to assist you of removing the worry. Okay. All right, Taurus. Thank you, Taurus, for allowing me to give that extension to Aries. So, all right, what message do you have for my Taurus, please? What message do you have for Taurus? Thank you, Taurus. You're being asked to. You're. When's the last time you've prayed, Aries? I mean, Taurus. You. Taurus, don't ask for any visitations, because you may not like this visitation. It's kind of like you testing the spirit and saying, yeah, I don't believe in angels, and you test and summons an angel to present themselves to you. Taurus, now is not the time to be all high and mighty in the flesh, because you don't have what it takes to defeat the spirit realm. All right. You could, say certain words. That's not, you got to rest. You get what I'm saying? Eventually you got to go to bed. All right. You got to go to sleep. So don't test the spirit, or whatever spirit that you're trying to challenge. It's a no. All right. Uh, Enjoy. You have this there's an obsession of power, Taurus, that you need to settle down on, because it might end up trapping you. It's kind of like the moment where, don't quote me on it, I'm just going to tell you, there was a man who went up a mountain and he was deceived by a spirit, and the spirit said, you can have whatever you want. It's like that, Taurus. You have you access to this power, and you already know the end result, that if you tuggle and play with this type of power, you lose. And what's tricky about this is this type of power that you're playing with, um, it doesn't guarantee that it's infinite. It could be 24 hours, you know, it could be 90 days, it could be 120 days, but it ain't infinite. It's not long lasting. So be careful with that. So I see you asking for forgiveness. Not the right time, and the situation will improve. Okay. So there's redemption here, Taurus. Asking for forgiveness. What else? All right. But there's something that you enjoy about how you know how to access a level of power. But it just feels like if you taunt this power or access of power, you could eventually trap yourself. So be careful, Taurus. There's hope. There's a Taurus here where you think you can outsmart God. You know how have you read the book Outsmarting the Devil? Mm-mm. You have a Taurus here where you think you can outsmart God. You think that you could do what you want to do, and you think that you're going to be able to claim this redemption with. You better be mindful, Taurus. Don't be playing around with God like that. Whoever you are. What else? For others of you, so that I can make it make sense for you. There is a Taurus where um, it's kind of like Aries. You're a risk taker, and you go against the grain, and it's kind of like you're gambling life, and it just feels like, this time the bet's not on you. And so you want to be careful with that. And, it's not about you because you're a Taurus and you have the right to be stubborn. It's just the fact, once you're aware of your right, say, um, be careful what you look for when it comes to knowledge or answers, because once you know, you're now accountable. So it feels like the fact that you know that your house deals with this, right? You can't abuse that power. You have change in health here coming into play. All right. You are asking for an exchange to improve health, or you are wanting to change your life around to bring more balance and harmony with your stress levels. So there's hope here. The situation will improve, but there is a gnat in here, a monitoring spirit. Um, how do I explain this, Taurus? Because I want to make sure that you understand, like, all the way. Um, there's like 6 messages here in your spread. I have a Taurus here where you're taunting your guides. Then I have another Taurus here where you're obsessed with power and you're being asked to not use this power for wrongdoings because you may trap yourself. Why did everything go blank? Who, Taurus, when it comes to self, in order to grow, you have to change. A plant doesn't grow without change. For growth is change, whether it's as above or below. What we can't see is the roots that are grounding deeper and deeper, because sometimes the roots are not moving, but the plant outside, which is you above ground, is growing. You're wanting to see underground, and you're being asked no. What honesty? What is the advice here, Taurus? This feels a little complicated here. What is the advice for Taurus? I want to look in shadow energy, but I'm not going to. The Ace of Swords, confirmation of truth too, and clarity. For some of you, you may have to go into surgery, Tauruses, and you're asking for forgiveness before going under the knife. It's that's the redemption. For some of you, your redemption is to make the necessary change in the exchange for better health. The Ace of Swords says, the upright position of this card is a clear sign of encouragement. You're open to embracing new ideas, so jump freely at the. That's the power struggle for some of you. Whatever you need to speak up about when it comes to decision making, you have every right to. And if those that is, sometimes it's best to close that chapter of sharing the things that you inspire to do or what you're working on. It's only so much you share with the downers. Okay. I love you, Taurus. Don't forget love is kind, and don't forget that love is gentle. And the reason why I'm closing is because I gotta go to work. So we will resume when I get off of graveyard shift. I love you. Don't forget love is kind. Don't forget love is gentle. If you are worried, why do I sound like this? Because my body is in excruciating pain. I was going to go to the hospital, but I took some naproxen, and I think I'm going to be okay once that kicks in. But if it doesn't, I will come back on live when I get back from the hospital, just to have them give me a shot so that I can't feel the pain in my body. And you guys are probably going, why do you have pain? Well, let me tell you, I did some yard work, cut the trees down, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to have a fresh start. And so my body, I'm feeling parts. I work out. So all the parts that I haven't worked out, I'm feeling it. On top of being a female, today is that day where I don't want to deal with my best friend. So that's a little bit too much information. But hey, you want to know what's going on with SGL? That's what's going on with me. I love you. Everything's going to be okay. And what else? Let me give you a love oracle as we conclude. And so Aries and Taurus, we did yours tonight. And we will do the remaining zodiac signs tomorrow. All right. I feel so much better. I was like, you know what? It's just a little bit too much information. No, it's not. I need you to understand, it's not easy to show up. When you show up, because it's like this. And I want to use this as an example, and not just because I'm actively back in church. I want to share this is because, you know, us as people, we want answers for ourselves and we want people to show up for us, right? But we forget to also show up for the people who show up for us. And so I want to say I appreciate you guys showing up, right? I am here to serve you. But moving forward, I wanted to share with you what's going on with me. Not to say, woe is me, not to feel bad or anything like that. I want you to know that I am human. And it's not easy being a reader. It consists of energy. And sometimes when a reader is working, my energy is being consumed. I'm not gaining energy, my energy. You get what I'm saying? So I share that to let you know that I don't play about the collective. I'm part of the collective too. So when I'm being divinely guided to show up and do what I'm supposed to do, I am pleased. I am satisfied. What is the love oracle? Love oracle, true love. Hey, hey, lady. Mm, mm. Let me tell you why I can't live my life without you. Oh, baby. That's the song I'm hearing. I believe that's Zapp and Rogers. Listen, this is the romance of a lifetime. For those of you in pertaining to self, continue to love yourself, continue to embrace your masculine and feminine energy because it looks good on you. For those of you who are dealing with someone, go on and experience the romance. Now, let me tell you something that I learned, and I want to share this. I want to share this for you guys because I want you guys to have successful relationships. I need you to understand if you're dating, you should not be talking about when you if you're dating that this romance of a lifetime, it's too early. Romance happens when you're courting. Okay? If you're not courting and you're dating, slow it down. There's no romance in dating. Okay? So I just want to make that very clear. Now, if you're courting, yeah, okay. Go on and start embracing each other in that way. I understand it. Now, for those of you who are in a romantic relationship, and it has nothing to do with romance, it's just you guys are in a relationship, you're monogamous, now is the time to up the ante. Are you open? I don't know. And this is supposed to be about self. So your body or your mind state is changing for something new. Collective. I love you. Don't forget, love is kind, love is gentle. Till we meet again.